I have a driver's exam tomorrow and I should be studying right now, but instead I am recording YouTube videos because I just bought this lamp over here, and I thought I could make something pretty cozy. I'll just draw in a nice small tent. So I'm not gonna draw anything of an accurate tent. I'm just feeling things out here. Maybe there's a campfire over here, because why not? You know, I've always struggled coloring in a dark scene with lightings. It's actually pretty hard to do that. And this is actually my first time trying that out, I guess. So maybe we'll figure out how that goes. I think I want to use the Copic markers to show that there's people inside here, maybe 2 kids chatting and talking to each other out in the camp. I'd like to sneak in some animals here and there, but I'm not gonna go push myself too hard today. I'm just here to relax and do some drawings. So here we are. I think I've got the overall sketch done. Nothing too serious today. This is a test video. But of course, as per usual, I'll get my coloring utensils. I wonder how the colors might show up in this lighting. I'm struggling to find the colors I want, so maybe I'll just move the lantern in here just to see. It's an LED lantern, for you guys wondering. It's nothing crazy. It's very nice and warm, and I actually like how this feels. Nice and cozy. So usually in real life, night times feel like they're dark and you don't see blue. But in art, we tend to use blue for dark scenes. I think for today's drawing, it's kind of important to mix in the colors that you have. I'll initially start with the green and just filling things in here. Just keep all the strokes vertical, just to keep that nice cohesion of artness to it, I guess. I don't know. Art is my hobby, it's nothing serious, so I'm just doing what I feel like it's right. And sometimes I just forget that markers have certain kind of taste to it instead of digital mediums. They're not flat, right? If I were to do this digitally, I probably would have just fill in all the colors instead of actually taking my time and coloring each parts one by one. And maybe that's what makes it a big difference between digital art and traditional art, because you have to fill the page one by one with traditional art. You can't just use a computer to fill in the entire page with one color immediately, instantly, without having thoughts. And I think it's these kind of small details that really adds to some drawing sometimes. Maybe instead of focusing on the dark, I'll try and focus on the orange in the light here. So I'll just color in the fire maybe. Also, by the way, it is very dangerous to keep the fire on while you're in the tent, so please don't do this. This is only for illustration purpose. And yeah, maybe I'll just color in. Actually, it's not yellow, it's actually more like red. Fires are actually more red than you think. So I'll just paint in the parts that I know for a fact that the lights are hitting. Because this is sort of a translucent material, maybe I know that the light might hit the background just a bit more. So I'll just have one of these over here and let the light do its thing. Maybe I'll go ahead and just color it blue first, you know, and then see where all the other colors fit into later. I should have probably seen a YouTube video where someone else done this, coloring a night scene with a marker before. But sometimes you just want to explore and do it your way. You might find a new way of expressing, and people might not realize that you've done something new. But in my personal opinion, I wanted to try something a little bit more realistic than this. I'd tell you that. So that's one thing, I guess. Let me just see how this looks. I love this lantern. It creates a new interaction with the drawing. Anyways, let's keep going with this drawing. About the two kids in here, let me try my best. Maybe have the first kid's shadow. He's wearing a hat, a cowboy hat that his dad gave him, maybe. And so that's why he's just exploring. He's gonna find out that this cowboy hat is really expensive. And then his father is gonna get really mad at him for taking his cowboy hat outside without his permission. And then maybe he's got a neighbor girl, his friend, over here, and you know what? She is enjoying his company. Maybe she's sitting closer to the light source, so she's actually a little bit bigger in the shadow. Maybe she's holding a book. I'm gonna give a little bit more texture in the character's outfit, just to make you feel like there's some details here. Put in some shadows here and there, maybe on the edges just a bit, just to give you a little bit more structure in the drawing. The zippers maybe, and the edge of the tent, just to feel it out. Ooh, I love how this is turning out underneath the floor. Just filling it in. Just give it more vibe. I need the trees to be darker on the top, so I will do that. Just a part that, you know, the lights aren't hitting. And I think you can tell that I am actually exploring quite a lot of different style of video in these past few days. And you are exactly right. I am trying to figure out what I can do with this YouTube video thing. I guess to some extent, now that all the Inktober stuff is done, I am actually struggling with my identity of what I should be doing on YouTube. I wonder if I could just accentuate just a bit more with a little hint of red here and there, just to make the drawings a little bit more fun. And as per usual, I like to just play around with putting some dots around the drawing. There's no rule to it. It just makes the drawing a little bit more fun to look at. There's no reason why there should be red here. I mean, maybe there is, because the lights are hitting the trees. I think the background could be a little bit darker. It's just I don't want to put in all the grays in there. I'm using a darker gray to just add in more details in the foreground, just to make it look like they are closer to you. I think the initial hint of green underneath is really helping with the warmth of this tree. A nice touch to do with these kind of translucent drawings is to color in the edges just a bit darker. The shadow, color in the edges of the shadows just a bit darker than the inside shadow. And then just filling it with some red. It looks like the shadow's glowing a bit. I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but at least I can see it from here. And that's what matters. I'm kind of a hypocrite if I say this myself, but you should do art for yourself more than you do for art like commodities and everything. I feel like people stress over too much about not wasting their time. And you know, when you do some hobbies, it'd be nice if you can make something out of it, make something productive out of it. But in reality, it's more like, can you just sit down and do what you like? And I am making a video out of this, and yes, that is right. I wasn't planning to draw today, But since I got this lantern, I thought I could do some fun looking videos. And instead of making videos that, you know, maybe people might want to watch, or create something that's more clickbaity, I think I'm gonna stay like this, make videos I want to make instead of stressing over the kind of things people might want to watch. So that will be my motto from today. I will just sit down and do my thing. I think it turned out pretty nice, and it was also a very chill, cozy video. I don't know, maybe this might be the norm, maybe this might not be. We'll see how this goes. Who knows, maybe next time it's less cozy. Maybe it's more of a usual video, but I don't know. I am just doing what I want to do on my YouTube channel, so hop in or hop out, it's your choice. I'll see you guys around. That's pretty cool. I like how that is.